Roberts Division D3. I say Roberts Division, it's just Division 3.
No, it's my division then.
He's got plans.
It's fun.
He's got plans this season.
Does indeed.
Do I?
But
I don't
let's have a
think I
look.
got many plans, to be honest. But then again, I'll have to go with the flow.
Hmm.
See what happens. Right.
Right. We'll
Starting
start off
off.
with the Mercedes, anyway.
We have a really interesting pairing. A really quick pairing, to be honest. We have Jabo and Mr. Australia himself, James.
Yeah, yeah.
So Hammers, as I call him.
Yeah. I did that for ages. Did you hear what I said in the last race, in the pre-season
Yeah,
race?
I heard it. It is James. Sorry, James. But the two J's of the league.
Hammers, though.
I think these guys are very. James is quick on his day. Jabo, for me, is going to win the title. So
Ooh,
That's a bold statement.
that's my prediction.
controversy.
That's my prediction. I think Jabo was on the cusp of, I don't know, potentially looking at D2, and I think he'll have a point to prove. And I suspect he's gonna. I don't know. I think these guys are going to be really strong. Just depends if James keeps his commitment up.
I have to agree with you on the fact that Mercedes are going to be a strong team. I don't think Jabo will win the title, though.
Oh.
And we'll talk more about that when we get to a certain special someone.
There's three, I reckon, that could. But we'll get onto them later on.
Exactly.
Jabo, for me, he races in AOR now. Against me as well. Seeing his pace, even in D3, he was quick. He was really quick. Like, I think in D3, a little special fact for it. No one from a pair of a team basically won a race. It was only one driver from each team that won a race.
Yes.
Not like an actual constructor won a race.
That is very true.
So, but Jabo was the one that Jabo and James were both the ones that I was thinking that could win. Obviously against their teammate at one point. But obviously James not as much now because obviously Bree shot up. But Jabo, I definitely thought was up there.
Yeah, I agree.
So this pairing is strong.
It is. We have our first clear contender for the constructors title.
Yeah.
And as with Division 2, I think we have a few teams that could fight to win it.
Agreed.
Moving on to Ferrari, we have B. Morgan and Leston.
Go on, Jacob. You can go first. I'm intrigued.
Okay, because both of these again were in D3. They only joined at Singapore.
Yeah.
Now, Leston, which I think is actually pronounced as Yeston, I think I was told by someone else that was also Welsh. So they corrected me on that one. Yeston can be quick on his day, and the same with Morgan. Now Morgan, I know, was at the front in Singapore on his first race of PRL, which is impressive. He was up at the front until I think he may have bottled it on. I can't remember what happened in Singapore, but I remember he was up at the top.
He went into the wall after the bridge. I remember passing him.
Yeah. But even just from what I was seeing from him, he was relatively quick. Yeston up there, but I'd say that team is more. They're the team that could play a factor into obviously like the constructors of the drivers' championship.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think Morgan's shown obvious pace. I'm guessing depends on how serious he takes the league. 'Cause I know he races in a couple of different leagues. So, that's a really strong pairing. Just a cursed car.
Yeah.
I don't think the car is cursed.
We'll see.
We shall.
We'll see.
Yeah, nothing much else to say about this pairing. I have to see how they perform in LOE over the course of a full season.
I think the only thing I'd add is I think they know each other. I think through league racing, so a good little pairing.
That's good. That's good for them. It'll be interesting to see how they can perform over the course of the season. That's what I was saying, since we have only seen them in a couple of races. PRL.
Yeah, true.
Good team, nonetheless. Moving on to Red Bull, we have two newcomers, Ghost Recon and Ryan Kai. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it.
Because now originally I thought Ryan Kai was Ryan B. Turns out I was wrong. Yeah, I thought that was Ryan B, but I think I was well off the spectrum on that one. With Ghost Recon, the only thing I know is just from the preseason race.
Yeah.
Now I know he wasn't. I think he was more towards the back side of the grid, but there were some pretty quick drivers in the first heat.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
that obviously doesn't show his true representation of the pace. However, this team, I don't know anything about, to be honest.
I'm going to say one thing about Ghost Recon and these guys and Ryan, is that they're both in the Discord. They both really want to race. I'm not sure they're too involved in many other leagues, maybe, actually. I think they're going to improve. I sense like a heat. Well, not maybe. Breeze a big shout, like maybe, but like heated, like a bit more.
Yeah.
You know, D3's about probably just holding your skills and getting up to pace, and Breeze like the poster child for it as well, as is Coco, as is Wave actually, for coming into a league and like skyrocketing your performance, as is Heated as well, obviously, as I said. But I think I can see those guys, if they stay invested, perhaps having a bit of a shaky start. But, well, actually, I don't know about Ryan. Ryan says he's really quick. It's one of the things he said in the D3 chat. He said, I'm really quick. Someone team with me. I was like, whoa, you got balls. but I can see Ghost definitely, if he keeps his enthusiasm up, yeah, could be quite an interesting little pairing, actually, for two completely brand new guys. I'm looking forward to seeing those guys drive.
Yeah.
I think we have to look forward to any new drivers, since Division 3 has, I think, have the most of them. Just look at the grid.
Yeah, I think D1 and D3 have, I think, a full grid of drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a full grid and a lot of newcomers.
So, hopefully, see some good things from these guys, and I'm sure we will.
Hopefully we will, because Division 3 allows everybody to express themselves and to potentially win some races, since all of us have our many favorite tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see these two perform.
This next team I'm looking forward to.
Well then.
Because these two are definitely what I reckon these are the favourites for it.
As a pairing?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. For sure.
I'd have to agree with you on that.
Oh, I think I know who this is. Okay, yeah, fine.
Right, so moving on. The Zauber of Emperor and Bellon.
Not that team.
Oh,
That wasn't one.
No, I'm not. This is sacrilege. Emperor and Bellon are like, they are PRL royalty. We cannot.
Yeah.
And by
Yeah,
nature,
I'm sorry.
their legend has moved. They are fantastic. I don't know.
Williams to the Sauber.
I don't even know what we're doing now. No, let's go back to the original team. This is messed up.
Right. So in the Pink Panthers, we have an old pairing of Karkanen and myself. We have been teammates since last season, and we get well with each other. At least.
This is
I
really
would think.
awkward because I didn't think this was going to be the two that was going to be said.
I didn't either. But if I'm honest, Robert, I didn't either. But I know that you have been really quick throughout the past few PRL, the past few races, like coming up towards the end of it. You've been up there with Mark, with Wave, with Coco, with Bree. You've been up there with them, especially I think it was in Japan.
Yeah, that was Brazil. And in Japan, I just hit the wall. Got a beer afterwards. That was it.
Now, me and Jacob aren't actually taking the mic because I think I know who Jacob means. But the one thing I'll say with you two is you do communicate. Karkanen's going to get better with no assists. And you,
He is.
and you're very good at being in the front, near the front of the grid.
I'd say you're probably the most sort of consistent, Robert. Without a doubt, you're definitely one of the most consistent. Like, you'll be up there with the top guys. Like, they say the best of the rest. You'll probably be up there with the top guys.
You know, the thing is, if I practice a lot, as I used to do when I was in Division 2, back in the last year's game, I think I've got a chance at fighting for the title. Just have to get that out of the way. Street circuits such as Monaco or Singapore, I think I'm probably gonna win those. And I'm definitely 100% certain that Force India will win the Constructors' Championship.
Oh, making the call now.
Well, I think the big thing for me is if we just put this in context with this team. This is what I'm interested in as to whether you guys can do well. If we look back, and I know that Karkanen's got no assists, but if we look back to last season, we look at the league table. I will try and stick this up. You and Karkanen were very much up there. So if we look at the drivers' title for Division 2 in season 16 of the old league, it was Naluigi, V5, Kalek, Robert, Tiggerby, Army, Karkanen, Bastos, Dave, me, RJW, MCR.
Kalek was in D2.
Yeah. So you look at...
Until he got to Division 1 because he was absolutely destroying us.
Yeah, true. But the point being is you beat a lot of quick people in the second season of 2017.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually practicing.
So I don't discount you out of the fight, especially if you get some good results, because you beat Tiggerby, Army, Karkanen, Bastos, they're in D2.
I think from the sounds of things, I think you mainly just need to practice for it. If you practice how you did in the last game, from what you're saying, you will definitely be a fighter for that title.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm really confident, but I have a feeling that by the end of the season, I'm just going to regret this podcast.
I would never laugh at anybody bottling a D3 title.
No.
It's a serious subject.
But you would make an exception just to laugh at me.
Or
Probably.
Coco.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Now, if Robert does say the right pairing of what I'm thinking, I think these guys will be the one that will be up there.
Yes.
That will win it. If it's the pairing, I think he's gonna say.
I think so.
I'm gonna go for the McLaren.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, go for the McLaren then. Actually, go on, just go for the McLaren.
Actually, to be fair, yeah, I can see these as well. Actually,
These are the ones I was thinking about in the first place.
Oh.
If you've got another one, this will be interesting. But anyways, the McLaren of Maka and
that just summarizes it.
you're gonna have to
Zuidema.
help me with this.
Everyone,
Okay.
everyone laughed when I tried pronouncing it. This is good. I said
Zuidema.
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 Oh, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
Zuidema.
I was thinking of. I'm
I
trying
think
to think
people
of.
just laughed at you because they wanted to laugh at you.
Yeah, I have this. I do have this vibe, but I'm just going through my like Dutch FIFA kind of vibe there. Yeah, sounds about right. But he looks incredibly quick.
Oh yeah.
Does he?
From
Yes,
what
I
I've
haven't seen
heard, and his teammate is very, very, very quick near the front. Maka is a bit of a flat track bully, a bit like me, but just a bit slower. Sorry, Maka, but he's very good at controlling a race if you give him a chance. So I actually think these two. There's a lot of people. What you said at the beginning, Robert, I kind of thought, actually, is there that many? But yeah, I'd be
I see
inclined
it.
to agree.
No, I see it.
You know, you're saying that Maka is slower than you, but to be honest, in some races, even last season, I think he proved that he was actually one of the quickest. You know, bar wave. I think he was the quickest
With Maka.
in a couple of the races. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
An
in a couple.
example on that. Yeah, an example on that would definitely be France. Like, where was he? He was in second at one point. I think he just got quite unlucky because I think I could be wrong. I think he got a puncture or he got taken out. Well, I
Yeah,
can't
that
remember.
tends to happen to Maka.
Yeah, but
That's the unfortunate thing.
he was what, first or second? It could have been a Coco Maka 1-2,
Yeah,
but stuff happens. It's Codemasters in this game, so it doesn't surprise me.
he just needs to improve on his will to win.
Yeah.
Another thing that Maka's really good at is making really kind of weird strategies work. He's really good at managing his tires. He could always pull off whatever strategy you throw at him, and that's definitely gonna help him.
Yeah.
In this season.
Definitely interesting.
Will they win the constructors though? That is the question. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will.
I don't
Only
think they will.
because of a certain pairing that still haven't been mentioned yet.
But-
But they will be up there for sure.
Who's depends on who's coming up next as to what my prediction is. I've given up on this game.
Alright. Our next pairing is, I think, has one of the people that will fight for the Drivers' Championship. We have the Williams boys and
Yeah.
Ibo and Adri.
You could
Adri's
get two
one.
at different ends of the spectrum if you tried.
Oh, I just
You know what? If Ibo, races like he did in Spain last season, or I think even Italy,
Yeah.
and
Was
constantly
it
gets
Italy when he
points.
got like 8th or 7th or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that was Spain or something. I remember defending from him a lot in
Yeah.
that race. If Ibo manages to get a lot of points and Adri will fight for the title, that's without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Williams could actually be a favorite for the constructors, which could come as a surprise to many people.
depends on how dominant Adri is, and it depends on how confident Ibo feels. I can't see Adri being that dominant, realistically. If I'm honest, not at all.
The thing is, if Adri really dominates this league and he just bullies us throughout the season, I don't think he'll stay in D3.
I'm going to tell you
Go on, Mark.
that Adri is not going to bully any. Adri will not. I like Adri. Adri's a good driver, and on his day he's a good driver. But I don't think Adri wins this league.
I reckon he'll get a win. He'll get a couple wins, but it will be close. I reckon there's about four drivers that can win it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking is obviously Adri will be up there. It's Ivo. Now, obviously, when I said two ends of the spectrum, I didn't mean as in a good driver to a bad driver or anything like that. I mean as in Adri is quite an aggressive driver. Ivo just lets everyone past.
Yeah, it is.
Which I get why he does it, but at the same time, he needs to fight for his position, opposed to just letting people through and saying, "Yeah, I can't be asked with it anymore."
Give him a challenge.
It was too nice.
Give him a challenge. Give him a constructor's title. Give him his teammate in the title race. And let's see. Let's see if he's got a bit of a harder edge, which none of us would mind seeing.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see Ivo trying to fight for it. Would love to.
Me too, because I know he can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly.
He is really aggressive when he wants to be.
Yeah. When he races guys that he knows, like he did it with me around Singapore, not Singapore, in the pre-season race. I was just ahead of him, and he was poking his nose in place. I was like, "Hang on, who's this behind me?" Right. But yeah, he actually had yeah, like you say, Robert. When I think it's more. Yeah, I don't know. Ivo's such a nice man. Like he doesn't want to offend people, especially when they don't know him.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he has any issues with not dive bombing. I don't think Edwards ever dive bombed in his life, but going wheel to wheel with guys that he knows. And also I'm gonna shout at him after. But yeah.
Well then, we have only a few teams left. If you don't mind, I want to go back to Zauber. Because
Okay.
we kind of got short with that.
Okay.
So
So the
let's
classic
talk
pairing.
about Emperor and Bellon for a bit. The surprising thing is they didn't choose the Williams.
I couldn't believe that. They didn't.
Yeah.
And I can confirm they did not choose the Williams. I was like, they've chosen the Williams every season. Nuts.
Now they got the lucky car.
The Sauber, yeah, it's one of.
They're trying to move it up.
I know, yeah, gradually going up the grid. Stay tuned to season 11 of PRL when they're in like the Porsche. It's won the last 4 titles or whatever it'll be. LOE. I keep doing that. Ignore me. But no, they're really quick guys. And on their day, believe it or not, Bellon and Emperor, particularly Bellon, has races where he is incredibly quick. I think
I would say
Robert,
Monza is his best track.
yeah, I don't know what it is. And Emperor just
I've
has.
had a lot of races where I actually fought for positions with Bellon. And that's really enjoyable, to be honest.
Emperor's one of the cleanest drivers in the league. I think he's got the best DNF percentage, other than Luigi.
Yeah.
I think he's got like raced 50 races, DNF'd in one.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And Emperor is, again, he's not one of the quickest guys, but he always tries to race. He doesn't give up, even though when he's at the back and has no chance of getting any points. He's still there, he's still racing. So that kind of mentality is always nice to see.
And he loves a bit of Inters. Probably my favourite thing in the world.
He's really good on the Inters, especially in qualifying. In the drive.
I mean, just from what I saw in last season, Bellin was definitely the quicker out of the two,
Hmm.
but Emperor did have times where he would outshine Bellin. And I know Bellin has also fought for quite some points as well. I think I saw 2 occasions where he was in like 5th, 4th position.
Yeah.
So I can see that he can fight it. He's just got to be able to stick it.
Yeah, agreed.
Hopefully he will.
Hopefully.
Agreed. Last team.
I think there's still a couple teams.
There's
There's
two.
3.
Is there? I thought they were. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
apologies. Blimey. I thought we were purposely keeping these guys to last. Okay, right. Whatever.
Go on, Rob. Next team.
Toro
Can you
Rosso,
introduce him? The newbies.
another team.
Because I don't have a clue about any of those two.
Who are they?
So we have Nisi and Yugi in the Toro Rosso.
Yugi's not a newbie. Yugi raced with us, didn't he?
Was it in Australia?
Yeah, but he raced with us last season a
Remember
lot
that
as well.
name?
He raced with us last season. He might have even raced in Australia actually, but Yugi's raced in the league before.
No, I think
definitely
about it. Yeah, no, I have.
just- I
Yeah.
don't remember him or any of his results or anything.
He raced. He's a very clean driver. He raced in Hungary. He's quite a nice guy actually. Raced in Hungary last season, and he was on quicker tyres than me, and was a lap down, and I let him through. But he didn't try and overtake me until I obviously let him through. If that makes sense, like, and he said like cheers after the race. So he's a very clean driver, very nice guy. Not necessarily the quickest, but again, that's 3 or 4 months ago. So you just don't know. You don't know where people change. He could have got a lot quicker, but yeah, he's raced before, and quite a nice guy as well. So, but I don't know anything about the other new chap.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Do we know anything about Nisi?
No.
No, so
I know he's interacted like we haven't just signed people up and they've just disappeared. Like he's interacted and said like, oh yeah, this is obviously what I'm going to be looking forward to racing, and these are my TT times and stuff. And so, okay, yeah, an unknown quantity really, but yeah, be interesting to see what they're like on the grid.
All right. So we have 2 teams remaining. One of them is the favorite of my 2 colleagues here.
is he finally gonna say it?
We're gonna talk about the Renault.
That's what I was waiting for.
Finally, we have a team of newcomers, Evolution and Fuzz.
Fazell,
Fazell.
Fuzzell. There you go. Thank you, J. Cole.
the wonderful Fuzzy. Now, Evolution. In A1,
Mhm.
he can be really quick. There's also times where he can be midfield to the back end, but a little bit of backstory on it. He got moved up from A2, which is currently what Adri is in,
Mhm.
to A1 last season
Right.
because he was completely dominating that entire season. I feel like he's going to do the exact same in D3. I reckon he's probably going to blow most of these drivers out of the water. Sorry, Robert, but I reckon he will.
See, that's interesting, and yeah, we'll see how D2 goes on and D3 as well. But that's the only reason why I don't. He's got a big reputation, but it will be interesting to see how when a slower person, me included, to be honest, I'm not like Mitch or Decky or even like yourself, J. Cole. When a slower person has to practice for a track that perhaps they're not used to practicing if they're running more than one league,
Yeah.
how would he adjust Will he be as quick? Is he like Gary in Division 1? Is he a sweater? Do you know what I mean? Like, how much of it is natural pace? So,
I mean, he's been in a couple of practice sessions with us. I know I'd say he is kind of a sweater. Not as much as Gary, but he is a sweater. I've seen him in quite a few practice sessions, and same with his teammate Fuzz. Like I know Fuzz is in A2, but there's times where he can be really quick, and if you catch him on like certain tracks, I know he can be really quick at. Like I think Italy, Belgium. There's one other track I know he's really good at.
You know, the real question: are they good at Monaco?
That is the other one.
No, nobody's good at Monaco other than you. Oh, really? Wow.
He is pretty good at Monaco.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Evolution, Fuzz, the Renault team. I reckon they're the favourites to get the constructors.
I agree.
If Evolution doesn't bottle, because I know this is probably the one that is the bottle with D3 is Evolution, because there's times where he can be really quick. He can get a bit unlucky, but if he sticks it out, he will win it.
So I'm gonna have to practice.
Yeah. I reckon it'll be close between him, Jabbo, and Swedemer.
I'm glad we got to talk about these guys because I had no idea how quick they could be.
Yeah.
So I was really confident, just based off last season and what I think that I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
So we have a rival for Force India, the constructors battle.
The one thing I'd say is I don't think D3's got slower by taking me, Bray, Wave, and Coco out of it.
No, it's substituted.
Yeah.
With Evil, Jabbo, Swedemer, and Adri.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And myself.
And Mako.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Matt, I know it sounds stupid, but I think he's going to race a lot more.
And also Morgan and Heated. So it's still going to be close.
It's a stacked grid. Like, it really is. Robert and Carl Cannon can win races. We don't know about some of the new guys. Ryan Kai put no pressure. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, my man. I'm very quick. So we'll see. But there's a lot of people in there that can win races. Again, I'm going to say 10 people win races in D3 and 10 people win races in D2.
Yeah, I think that's about fair. That at least 10 people win in D3. It might be more, to be honest.
Essentially.
All right, and our final team, the Haas of Heated and another newcomer, Tenayant Frey.
Frey.
Hope I said that right.
I think it is, yeah. So Tenayant Frey? No, I don't know. We'll just say Frey.
We'll just call him Frey, yeah.
He calls him Frey on Discord, so.
Yeah.
So obviously Heated is coming back from last season. He has improved. Not gonna lie. I didn't think he was as quick at the beginning of the season as he was toward the end. Did he get a podium?
No, Heated's PRL career and I think his LOE career will mirror what I did a season before, where he comes
I
fourth.
think he's definitely motivated this season, and he will get that podium for sure because he has the pace to do so.
Yeah, he never won. He never got a podium, but I'm going to predict that Heated will win a race as his first podium.
I thought Heated actually did get a podium, but
No.
I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I'm completely wrong. Because obviously I know the two. I thought Japan he got a podium because of the two Hasses crashing each other out.
No, that's Ryan. Unbelievable. That's Ryan B.
It's the other Toro Rosso. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, heated. I know he can be up there. Like I said a minute ago, he can be up there to challenge these guys. He can play a bit of a part in the drivers' title, maybe even the constructors.
Hmm.
And same with his teammate. Like again, with the pre-season race with Frey, he was. I think he was more in the midfield to sort of back end from it. But again, that isn't going to show like your actual pace.
No.
We're not going to see that until Abu Dhabi or Australia.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until Australia, I think. And just gonna give a shout out to James, who I think will win Australia.
Ooh.
Just get that out of the way.
Ooh.
He's so quick out there.
He does love Australia. He's every game. He just. I feel like he must make like 15 career modes and just not go past the first race.
Or he just didn't find out how to save.
No. Yeah. That used to be a problem. Perhaps you were all a bit young, but if you never used to have a memory card on the PlayStation 1, you were screwed.
Oh yeah. The early days. Saying that people will think I'm old, but yeah. I had a great childhood playing the PlayStation 1.
Cool.
But yeah, a really interesting lineup for Division 3.
Mm.
It's not as tight as Division 2 in terms of at least the Constructors' Championship.
But it will still be. I reckon it'll still be a good battle nonetheless.
Oh, it will. It definitely will.
Agreed. So,
If last season is something that we should base this on, then we're gonna have some really good races coming out of Division 3, which I think, Jacob, you will probably enjoy if you still have time to commentate. Or are you commentating, Mark? Who's the one?
I think it's Mark.
I mean, I've stepped up to commentate. But we need D1 commentated first. That's one of the things that we've said. We should have enough commentators, but basically, I'm more than happy to because I know a lot of the drivers, as a J. Cole, but we'll just see. I think ideally we want all three, and we really should actually like get all of the divisions commentated on. Just depends on what people want to do. We're easy. Like end of the day, like some people want to commentate D1, some people want to commentate D3. It doesn't really matter. It's just nice to have commentators on board. So if anyone else wants to get involved, like Wave got involved last race.
I think Sarja wanted to as well.
Yeah, and Sarja did. So, and I know Sarja did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did for the pre-season, but I think he was saying something about it as well.
So, like, it's not a close shot.
Some of the commentators like getting drunk, so if you ever want to replace them, then it's fine.
That's it. You can probably hear the beers opening tonight. So that's fine. But
Friends are in the fridge, and we have to get up.
Hey, it's like 11 o'clock where you are. Is it? No, 10.
It's is it 10?
I don't know. You live there.
It's 10:48.
Jeez, all right. Whatever you want to do, you do you. But I think that's it. Jeez. Okay, now that I felt really old, I'm guessing that's kind of it, right? We'll release this tomorrow, which is today to you guys. But that's been cool. I dare say we'll all chat again.
Did we explain the new point system?
Did we?
So it's going to be like.
Yeah, we did.
I can't remember. Was it the first? It's 12 people. It's like first 12 that are getting points.
So basically, instead of 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, we add in 3 and 5.
I thought he was adding 20.
No, it's literally adding 3 and 5, I think.
So the winner still gets 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25, 18, 15, 10, 8, 6 stays the same. It's just adding in a 5 and a 3.
Good.
Cool. All right. Well, this is gonna require a double edit, but you guys are worth it.
It was, yeah. So obviously managed to fit both D2 and D3 into the same sort of podcast session, should I say? But yeah, I can't wait to see what this league, how it's going to bring for both of these divisions. We've obviously got the pre-season race this Saturday in Abu Dhabi. We are doing the set times of what we're thinking. So D1, I think was it 6:15 was D1, or was it 6
D1
o'clock?
6, D1 6, D3 is 6:15, and D2 is 7:30.
7:30. Yeah, so tune in at those times for Abu Dhabi, the pre-season race, and then come the 2nd of March, we will be starting the first race of the League of Europe. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Been quite a long one, but hopefully you did listen to all of it. Thank you to Mark and Robert for joining me as well.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers, dude.
And we'll see you guys for the next installment of the podcast, and we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Cool. See you later, guys.
Bye bye.